So, when I first noticed I needed to make some change-ups, I was in the Fort Collins jail. I need to quit touching my face so much. I was in the Fort Collins jail. Actually, when 9/11 happened, I was being transferred from the Fort Collins jail to the Greeley jail. And like I remember being in booking and seeing it up on the TV. But I was being transferred from one pod to another in Fort Collins. I think I was being booked in. And this cop is sitting there with my file opened up, you know, big manila folder. Bro, there's a picture and a half of my mugshot on there. So, dude, it's like 30, 40 pictures. I was like, is every one of those like a time I've been in this jail? And he said, yeah. And I was like, man. And every time I've been to jail, it's for something super petty. Like it was all misdemeanors, and actually it was probably like, I think it was 2 misdemeanors and then failure of probation for smoking the herbage. Yep. Man, these young kids they don't realize how lucky they got it, bro. Like, you can literally smoke weed on parole and probation, at least on the state level in a lot of places. It's wild. And so I realized I needed to make a change. And what sucks and what's super awesome about now, and it's actually really helped me out a lot, is I don't really have, and I've never had any positive like mentorship in my life. My mother is an absolute trash monster. She should be in prison the rest of her life. My dad, he has issues and he just never dealt with them. I lived with him for a little while I was going through my divorce and I was getting clean, and I appreciate him, but at the same time, he's just allowing so much chaos. Yeah, you see how I can see it on this video, all this scarring. Thanks, Mom. Got this bad boy right here for Mom. It's like a knot there, it's not there. Yeah, thanks, Mom. You know, and I'd probably feel better about it if she ever got prosecuted. I don't know how you go through 22 reports of abuse, neglect, and whatnot, and you never end up in jail. But the first time I hit you back, I end up in jail. Yeah, that was cool. So, I guess I just wanted to discuss why I have this channel up here. So please don't come at me too hard, okay? But I'm trying to get used to talking to people. I was one of those people in prison. This one guy summed it up real good. This was when I was just getting out of prison. This was as Obama was getting elected, I was being freed. And he said, you know why I like to hang out with you? And I go, why? He said, because you're not like, he's like, look around. Because, so this was territorial. Like, you have lifers there. Like, there's 2, like, murder brothers that were, I guess, they're in there for murder. I don't know who they killed. This was in the mid-2000s, 2008, man. We didn't have the internet like that. But they were there forever. And there's a lot of people that are going to be there forever. And they assimilate. And he helped me a lot just by saying this. He's like, you're not like these other people. Like, and I was always short-timing it. I think the longest I actually spent in prison, I went through 3 rounds of prison, and I think the longest round might have been 15, 16 months. And yeah, I don't need more than that. I get it. I'm good, okay? I get it. I'm good. Like, 100%. And I was good after the first round, but the way the system works, there's no way I wasn't coming back. So, and you know how that goes. But yeah, I was scared straight. But he said, you're not like these other people. Like, these people are happy to be here. Like, they get up and they're happy to see us. They do their little jobby job, and their whole life is in here. And that got me to thinking about how, like, I didn't have a driver's license from the age of 23 till 38. I didn't know how to pay bills. I didn't know how to find an apartment. I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. And I literally, so while I was in prison, this is what I told myself. We're gonna not commit crimes. We're gonna work real hard, and all the stuff, we'll figure that out. But it kind of became a balance of those two things. Like, I was working really hard, but I was also partying. I was trying to make up for some childhood that I missed out on. And I wasn't getting super duper crazy. But yeah, there are definitely issues with various substances. That you know, if you go look at recent history of different substances that people have had major problems with. I had a problem with all them substances. I don't have a problem with substances now. Okay, we're good. That's something else I learned too. Is I was living in a real toxic environment before. I'm down here in South Texas now, but I was living in an emotionally toxic place. And so I was doing drugs. I got myself cleaned up. I came down here. I'm in South Texas. I can have all the drugs I want down here. And I never once thought about going and getting some drugs. Like, I mean, I'll drink a couple beers, you know, like tree, but yeah, that was a good thing to learn about myself. And so, yeah, I got out of prison in 2008, and it took me till 2018 to actually like realize, like, man, your only life goal up until now has been not going to prison. And bro, you got it. You've done it. Congratulations, my guy. But what do you do now, bro? Like that's not a normal goal for people. Just don't go to prison. And I realized I was just giving myself an excuse to act like an idiot. So I got my license. I actually watched this one videos. I forget what it was on. I think it might have been History Channel or something. But it was about a Japanese immigrant, and when he came to America, this was super smart too. He goes, well, America's the land of the free, but it's huge. So if I don't have a vehicle to get around, how am I free? You're not free. Like, I mean, you are. Go ahead. You want to go to DC? Like, go see sightseeing. I don't know why I picked DC. You want to go to, you know, Six Flags. Like, I live in my car. I live 10 minutes from Six Flags. On foot, probably a 2-hour walk. And that's just to spend money. And time is money. So I'm just oversharing, rambling a little bit. Maybe I'll get some interaction on this. I don't know. I'm not super worried about it. I do have plans for a YouTube channel that I'm actually going to try. This is just me blowing off steam and rambling. You know, everybody should tell their story a little bit. You know what I mean? If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. And, I'll definitely, do what I can to keep uploading random stuff. So thanks.